Hi, holographic dreamers. This is Philip, and we're going to go today again on an amazing product review of an AR hardware.
So today we're going to talk about focals. Focals, they're made by a company called North. I don't know if you can see this. And they're basically summarize it the way I got it. It's like a smartwatch on your glasses. And it works pretty well. They've been out for more than 6 months now and available. And I think it's a good time to do a review. So this review will be in two parts. I'll do one today where I'll go over all the details of what I've seen and understood and how things works, the hardware. And the next one, I'll do it to be probably more shorter, will be in 2 months from now. And I'll go over, am I still using it? And if yes, what am I using it for? Then we'll really know what it is. So I've been wearing them for 3 days now, every day. And I can tell that they work pretty well so far. So let's go into the details of what we have here. So I'm going to go first over the purchase experience. So you cannot buy them online. You have to make an appointment to one of their stores. So they have a store in Toronto and a store in Brooklyn, I think. And they have those little truck that goes all over the big cities in the United States, where you can make an appointment when those truck are in those cities. So that's what I did. I went to their list. They told me when the truck was in Los Angeles, and I went to it in Los Angeles. And the first thing they do, they create a kind of 3D scan of your face. So you get this 3D version. There's like a lot of cameras, and they make sure that they can see the ears. So a very detailed picture of your face. And at the beginning, I was not getting it why, but where they were getting all those measurements. And then when I wore it, they gave me a trial. It's like a headset to try. Then I discovered that it needs to be very precise and custom made. So when you see this little projector here on the device, so that projection here goes into this little reflector. There's a little bump here, and then it goes into your eyes. That, if it's not perfectly aligned, perfectly made to go into your own eye, you don't see it. So when I share it with people, some can see it, they have to move it a little bit, but some just don't see anything. So when I was trying it in the store, I had to hold it in a specific way to be able to see all the elements inside. So the sales process was pretty good. They made the measurement, they showed me the glasses, the features of it, and they made me a good discount. So, well, I did the purchase on the spot. So when you buy them, you have to do all that process and then wait a month until they've customized and made the glasses for you, adapted to your prescriptions and everything. And you go back to another appointment to get the delivery, and then they give you to the full process of showing you all in detail how they work, help you calibrate the glasses, get into the key options to make sure you can see them clearly and that they fit you well. So they're just like, it's like when you go to an optometrist and they go and check everything, so they adjust the sides of it and so it's really like the process of selling really little glasses. On top of it, they're pretty smart glasses, so you have to go into the software of it. So with the vendor, we were installing the app on the phone, making sure the app works. She walked through me to the key features, and then was it. So they come with a nice little box, and within that box, that's actually the charger. Sorry, let me pull it up, open it. Okay, you put the glasses here, you put your little, and they come with this little controller. Let me remove it. Here we go. This little controller. So the controller goes here for charging. This is charged over USB-C, and then there's a marker for this, how much charge it is. And you put the glasses in there. The glasses have this weird shape, actually. Let me put everything in charge, for example. So I'm going to show you that. So the glasses doesn't fully fold. They do like this. I understand why now. Initially, I wasn't getting it. It's because this needs to be fixed, because there cannot be any movement here. If there's movement, the projection doesn't align anymore. So that's the design choice they had to do. So they don't really fully fold. So you need a big box to put them inside that box like this. So that's for the hardware. Other than that, the glasses themselves look pretty nice, and people don't get weird when I wear them. They look at me and say, "Oh, you have glasses now?" And I say, "They're nice, and you look like a nerd or a Clark-Kent or whatever they want to say." And that's because they're new to me having glasses. But with that said, they never unless they're really in the space, or they know me really well. They don't even guess that those are augmented reality glasses, and I can see content in there. So that's the hardware itself. In terms of the comfort, I would say it's pretty good. They remind me when I used to wear glasses, and they remind me when I was wearing glasses, heavy glasses. Like I had at one point a pair of glasses that were plastic, and they were pretty big and pretty heavy for regular glasses. But this feels exactly the same. They're like glasses and have the proper size for glasses in terms of weight. But you feel them after end of day when you're not used to it. I'm getting used to it again now after 3 days, but the first day was hurting here. Now it's much better. My nose doesn't hurt anymore, and I feel I'm probably gonna get used to it, like those heavy glasses I used to wear, and it will be totally fine. So the wear is good. The other part that's really good is battery life. I can wear it all day, and they will still. And I've used them as a regular user, and when I got back home, there was still probably 10-20% battery life for the evening. I don't wear them in social settings. I wear them at work when I'm working or when I'm on the move. So that's also removed some of the amount of time I'm using them. So that's for the hardware. I think I'm done. Oh yeah, I'm forgetting something. So I wish they could photo automatically change the color of the glass as I'm going in and out of a building. But that's not the case. It did not happen. So they give you those nice little shade that you put on the glasses, like this, when you go out. It's okay. They're well done. It's easy to put in and put out. The only thing is that you have to walk around with this in your bag or in your car. Depends where you need the shades. So that's for the shade. And so they come with all that for the price of, I think it was $4.99. I'm not mistaken. The little thing. So now how do they work? So basically, it's a simple display that appears in front of you, probably this distance in front of you, and you have this little display. It looks that size. Let me just pull it up to make it right. Okay, so it looks that size for me. Yeah, that's it. 0. And that display doesn't have a lot. There was no picture I've seen. So the resolution is probably really low, but display a fair amount of text, enough to be able to read some kind of like notifications, a little bit of a message. You cannot read a book on this. That's not going to happen. So in terms of the content in there and the applications, so I'm going to go over some of the elements that we have in the app of the focals. So let's start with the app, and then I'll show you what we see inside the display, so we can get a sense of it. So now we're going to go over the applications. So the North application you install on your app, and that does a lot of the control and the setting for the glasses themselves. That's where you can give permissions to different systems, give permission to notifications, and basically that's kind of like the channel through which the glasses are talking through the internet, I think. So you have a Bluetooth connection from the glasses to the phone, and then the phone gathers everything for you and pushes it to the glasses. So here's the app. This is how it looks like, and you can. That's the home page, and there's three main buttons on there. You have the little battery life for the loop. You can see the battery life of the focals up there. So like I said, they have really good battery life. We're at 59%. I've been using them pretty heavily today, and we're already at it's already 3:30 today. So I'm confident they'll last me until 6-7 easily, even if I continue using it like that. So on the home page, you can realign the glasses to make the alignment work. There's Showcase, which is a lot like little tutorials. There's different preference and display types. I'm not sure what they are, but actually I can go into that. Right now they're displaying to me like a logo that appears, and when I get to there, I can choose different display type. There's A to E. I'm not sure which one does, but there's one that looks better for me than others, so I choose those. And then you go into various elements of tutorial, showcase, games, probably demos. It's probably for people in the store. I'm not exactly sure, but some things are in there are pretty interesting. Then there's Landcast, and I'm going to go do that in a little bit, just after we went over the feature of the app. I'm going to show you what I'm seeing in there. So The abilities is the first one, and so you have abilities of theirs, and unfortunately I cannot screen record abilities because it depends on the web browser. That's the Android for you. But the abilities is where you can go in there and select a lot of third-party apps to talk directly to the focals. So there is Slack, there is Google Fit, there is different task app, Evernote, a lot of different features that will enhance your app, your focals. They are third party, and you give authorization through that system. So it's kind of like a web base, and you can authorize all the different cloud authentication. Then you have notification, and this one works in recording. And all those notifications are the one that I authorized. So those are your phone notifications, and they just display in there as long as you have notification turned on. Messages, so that's where you can, this tab, that's where you can set up like your favorite, the people you send message to regularly. And Amazon Alexa, Places first, and then Amazon Alexa. Places, so you can set up like favorite place and around, so to get to where you are, come back home and get directions from home and things like this. I'll go back to Amazon Alexa in a little bit. It's a really cool feature in there, and it works decently well. I was surprised. So I connected to Uber, but didn't have the opportunity to try it yet. So it seems like you can get a lot of information. And I think it's great to be able to be notified when your Ubers arrive in your glasses, because I always have to pull up my phone and look at it when is my driver coming, and when the notification comes, really, the driver is about to leave, because the notification takes so much time to arrive. Pursuit are, I think, elements just to encourage you to use the applications more and more. And then there's all the permission levels and different part of the application. So Pursuit are like a list of tasks, and when you do them, like open your app or use Focal for getting directions, or you use Focal for a meeting, they give you like those little badges. Sorry, and that's what tells you what you win. That's the kombucha we got here. So that's the application. So now let me go back in inside the focals and show you what I'm seeing in there. Okay, so starting a new recording, and then I'm opening Landcast. So basically Landcast, what it's doing is showing me what I'm seeing, and I can actually pop up the elements that I have in the glasses. So that's what the glasses are currently showing me. And I'm gonna turn to the right. Right now I don't have any messages, but maybe that Anna's gonna send me one on my phone, my phone number, and we'll see that in there. Then you have the tasks. So the tasks are pretty cool. You click Add Task. So don't forget to pick up the laundry. Okay, and you set them by voice and the display. So far, it's been pretty good at it. Oh, here's a message from Anna, and she says hello. And the cool thing here is when you send text messages, I can actually reply, and either with just a message or a voice. I can just voice in my response, and she'll be able to send me back that message. Calendar has really neat features. You show your warnings 10 minutes before or 15 minutes before the calendars, and then you receive the notification alerts on top of it. So those are the various meetings, and then it says it's night. So those are all my meetings for the day. I didn't turn on Evernote. Actually, So those are the different locations, and that's where you can set up like directions. If I need to go back to a place, or I'm like far away from home, you see that I'm not too far from home. But if I need to go home, I would click on this, and it will give me the walking directions, walking step-by-step directions. I can call my Uber to get there, or I can remove that location from here. So the walk, actually I don't know how to exit the walk directions, but so I hope that that's not going to be an issue. So those are my directions, and my step instructions, turn-by-turn directions. So I will walk around and it will give me all that information. Yes, I'm going to end the trip. I'm going to go over other features that we have in there. That's my response to Anna. I can follow back the thread for the talk and messages. I need to make sure that this phone doesn't go to sleep. So then you have, the weather, which is classic and can use for some time. Then this is, yeah, I actually did install it. I don't know why it's not connecting, but we can get back to that. So this is a little game. I don't know, they have a few of those little things. This is a trivia, it seems to be. I'll get to it in a second. They have another game with a cow jumping up and around. So they're fun, but yeah, it's just ludic and just entertaining. So that's an interesting feature, is the Google Chrome feature. So you install an add-on on your Google Chrome, and then you can connect your slides. So if you need to give a presentation, it will show you the presenter notes in the focals as your Google slide presentation is going. Honestly, I'm not able to make it work. The focal keep disconnecting from Google Chrome. I'm not sure why exactly, but I'll give it a try, and I'll give you that an update on my in 2 months review. So you can see the battery life. Actually, I'm burning battery after using it non-stop right now, but it's still good, and that's where it's up. So this is like the main menu I was going over, and you guys were able to see here of all the feature that comes with it. There is this, this is the notification that I've received. So I can go over all those notifications back, unless if I want, I can actually remove them and clear them, or get into the details. So you can actually, this is an email, you can actually literally like read the email if you want to. It's not very convenient, so it works when it's small, but after a while you just better pulling out your phone from your pocket and looking at it. And then you can dismiss, and you'll clear that notification for you. What I want to show you now is one of the features that I really like. It's Alexa. So I'm going to show you, I've been using it so far, and probably I'll find ways to use it much better after. So if you press and hold the little joystick for just probably 2 seconds, at that point you have Alexa, and you push up and you appear Alexa. Alexa, set a meeting for today at 5 p.m. I think she's thinking. Hopefully she got what I said. Those live voice demo are terrible. Let's wait a bit. And then if not, I'll try again in a second. Didn't work, so let me try this. Set a meeting for today at 5 p.m. Okay, I think that's a bad example, but it worked really well before, and I had a lot of luck with that, where I was able to set a few meetings and calendars. So I don't know if it's because I'm recording at the same time. I don't know if it's because, yeah, I'm trying to do too much on this phone. But yes, it worked really well, and I was able to set up the meeting. So Alexa responds pretty well. It responds to you, and it's very interactive in the process. So it's a full implementation of Alexa. It's not just like an API interface. So I was really pleased with that, and you can control everything that you used to control through your regular Alexa and get to all the features of Alexa in general. So it worked in tandem with the Alexa app on there. So if you still press and hold, and on left you have this little gamepad, and that's one of their weird little game. And I don't know. Okay, let me try again. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. And I have to just. Okay, I'm not really good at that game. Okay, I'm terrible at that game. Looking at the wrong screen. Okay, that really doesn't work. Okay, you see the point. So I'm gonna stop from that and go back to the beginning. So yeah, they have silly little things like that are fun and just make you happy, but not very useful. So I think that I went over to everything that I know and discovered so far in the app. There's one more features that you have in there, is that when you're inside a meeting and the meeting is actually started, there's this rewind feature that appears. Basically, you turn it on and it's going to listen to the meeting all the time, and then you will press rewind, and it will catch the last 30 seconds of the meeting and will translate that into a text and send it to you by email. So it's a little bit uncanny and it's a little bit weird, but on the side, it also could be really useful if you want to take a note of something, or a speaker that just said something, or inside a meeting, you want to make sure that you remember what was said on that specific thing, just press that and it will track back and transcode in text from voice the past 30 seconds. So when I tested it, it didn't transcode the voice really, really well. It was a little bit weird and it was not very intelligible. And the other part is I feel that there's a privacy issue there that's a bit worrying and a bit weird. But other than that, if people in the meeting are aware of what you're doing, I think it's fine. And we're always taking notes in meetings, so why not that? So that's one thing, and that's another feature that's pretty interesting and fun. The other one that I have is that if I play, I don't know if I can record and at the same time play Pandora, but if I play music, and we're gonna try that and see if I have to reset. I have some music playing. I think when I'm in this mode, the screencast mode, there's a special mode, and it doesn't really show me the feature that I feel interesting. So let me try again. Oh, so now it's trying to capture the music I'm listening. But you cannot hear because it's my earpiece in there, so you cannot hear the music I'm listening. So yeah, that's the other feature. You press and hold and you will listen to the ambient music and try to give you the music you're listening, and then you can play it on your Spotify because Spotify is connected to the Focals. So I think that's all. I went over a lot. That may be really, really long and pretty messy because of all the interruptions. But I'm going to stop the screencast here. And I think I'm going to go over a quick conclusion, and we can talk about the rest after. So, and there will be a much bigger conclusion and much more interesting conclusion after the... Actually, let me stop the music. So, to conclude, it's a great device actually. It's getting to where we want smart glasses to be. And in terms of form factor, if I could get the HoloLens or the Magic Leap in this format size, I think that will literally change the way we live our world in general. So this is the direction we want, and this is the type of form factor we want. I'm very impressed about all the effort that all the effort that Focal is doing to get this to market. I mean, it's not easy. It's like an optometrics. The device is really complicated to set up, put on people's head. So the access of the device, to get access to the device is really hard and very cumbersome for the company itself. So I'm very impressed by all the work they're doing in that and how they're reaching to people and making it work. They're actually setting like the blueprint on how we can actually deploy those glasses in the future as they are for the consumer. It depends on the quality and the variation of the headsets and what we will have there. So I'm very impressed by that process, and they've been always really nice and very agreeable in terms of helping us getting those devices working. So the form factor is awesome, the shape of it is awesome, the functionality and the feature is pretty light, but it's kind of useful already. I used to have a smartwatch and I really liked it, and what worked for me was the notification. But at one point I stopped using it because, well, it was cumbersome to have something there for the notification. We'll see if that happens for the glasses. So far, I really love having the notification displaying in front of me as soon as they arrive. I don't have to look at my watch. I can snooze them when I'm in meetings, snooze them when I'm driving, so it can be very social friendly. And on the other side, if I want to be social, I'll just remove the glasses and I can still talk to people and be totally human and not have those notifications appear in front of me anymore. So I can snooze that physically by removing the device. I will say that compared to all the things I've tried before, this is a level up. If you compare this to the Google glasses, they look so much more normal, and they don't have those outside camera that the Google glasses have. So people are safe. I can be around people and they don't feel to be like threatened that I'm going to record them or do something. Well, actually, I record their audio. But other than that, they don't feel like threatened within their kind of privacy that the Google Glass was causing. And I don't look weird. I mean, I look like a normal person with glasses, and I can get my information right in front of me right there. What I hope that Focal is going to do in the future is open up more. I'm going to look at their feature in terms of SDK. I've not found an SDK for it for developers. I would love to be able to, have a system where we can create our own apps in there and put our own content or integrate our content within the Focal. So that can be really useful. And looking how they're going to improve the technology. I mean, if the display could start displaying video level quality screen, that would be awesome, instead of just like little text snippets and little drawings. But so far I'm really happy with it. I've been wearing them for 3 days. They're getting like comfortable with it. So I'll give you a much more probably accurate usefulness of this device in 2 months from now, and look forward to it. And so far so good. I think I'm gonna stop now. So thank you guys, holographic dreamers. Have a great day, and see you on the next show. Bye.